Okay, everybody, here we are. It is Monday already. One more day off. Just one would have been nice. All right, anyway, Monday, May 4th, 2020. Here's where we are right now. Stock trading doesn't start for about 45 minutes. Futures are down across the board. Nothing major, not even 1%. Stock futures were down a lot more several hours ago. It's kind of an interesting setup we have. You all know how important it is to watch the 10-year yield. Well, the 10-year yield is higher now than it was on Friday, despite futures being lower. So again, look, Goldman Sachs came out this morning or yesterday saying stocks are going to drop 40% from here. You know what? Maybe Goldman Sachs is right. All I can tell you from my perspective, looking at the current trend, looking at what just happened here in April with regard to this market, with the 10-year yield now rising, I guess anything is possible. But for me, I need to see a few more pieces fall into place before I turn into a bear with regard to this market. Yes, our economy is in, we have no economy. And now we have to worry about this murder hornet. Did you hear about that? The murder hornet? Look, they use every mechanism to put fear into the people, keep people paralyzed. This coronavirus has done quite a job of doing that. What are they going to do now with the murder hornet? Go look it up for yourself. Murder hornet. People are going to be horrified with this thing. I think it's some kind of Asian, I think it's Japanese, I could be wrong, hornet. It eats flesh or something. It's some kind of thing from a horror show. It's probably fake. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a real thing. But the fact that they're telling people it's going to come to the United States is going to get people rattled. Now, going back to these markets real quick, and again, this goes back to Thursday. Why stocks have been more or less under pressure? Because President Trump continues to threaten China. So the tensions with China and the United States are rising. President Trump's threatening more tariffs. So of course you would expect stocks to react in a negative way. If he hits China with more tariffs, this market's gonna suffer. There's no doubt about it. The market will suffer if President Trump comes out and hits China again with more tariffs. What happened to the phase one deal? What happened to phase two, which didn't happen because there's no phase one? I mean, it's too much. It really, really is, people, honestly. So let's talk about a few other assets. So again, stock futures under pressure right now. 10-year yield coming up. That's the situation. We'll have to watch it and see. The paper derivative of gold and silver are under pressure right now as well. Cryptocurrencies are under pressure. You got crude oil under pressure. So, everything's under pressure right now. Let's see what happens. This all we can do is sit back, watch this market. It's so interesting to me. I was listening to a guy yesterday from Morgan Stanley, and he was kind of like completely the opposite of what Goldman Sachs is saying. The Morgan Stanley guy was like, "Oh, this market's got a lot more room to run higher," and then Goldman Sachs comes out and says, "Oh no, we're dropping 40% from here." All we can do here, okay, even me, is look at this market, all aspects of it. Let's look at what metals are doing, cryptocurrencies are doing. Let's look at stocks, the debt market, obviously, the dollar. The dollar's slightly stronger this morning. And come up with our best guess as to what's going on here. We know what the Fed is doing. We have to always factor in the Fed. The Fed is running the show, period. They are pumping more money into this market than we've ever seen in history. Again, the equivalent of the TARP program in its entirety every few hours. And the Fed has already said they're going to do more. They're going to do more. They're buying all the debt. The Wall Street banks are buying the market. Maybe they're setting this market up to drop so they can buy it lower. I don't know. I really don't. To me, again, the trend remains intact. Again, let's look at the debt market as the market opens in, about 40 minutes from right now. If you see stocks fall and the 10-year yield is rising, you got to say to yourself, what's going on here? If stocks fall and the 10-year yield drops, that's a bad sign. So you know what to look for. With regard to metals, good. They're going to play their game right now. They want to push the price of metals lower. Fantastic. We're going to buy more of it. Same thing with cryptocurrencies. These are volatile assets. So if you got to understand, even this market, you want to talk about volatility, it's off the Richter scale. So we got to sit back, be willing to accept the volatility, and just fly through it like it's a flak field. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. Please share the video. Love you a lot. And we'll sum this all up at the end of this probably freakishly lovely day.